Actually felt like I had decent stuff tonight. Just, yeah, I mean, it was a grind. You know, a lot of guys on base all the time, and definitely wasn't easy. You know, definitely as close as you can bend without breaking, I guess. But you know, we're a good team. You know, I only went 5, and our bullpen only gave up 1 hit, I think, and preserved the lead. So it was a great start to the series, and you know, come back tomorrow hopefully and do it again.
What do you think when you see Corey's ball go for the fence? Obviously, early run support for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's good to get going like that. You know, I think you know, Max obviously is one of the best for a reason. You know, if he gets settled in, you know, it might be a tough night. So for Corey to take that swing, and you know, really the guys at the top of the order were just you know, him and JT were really swinging the bats. Tolsey did a great job. It was definitely a team effort, but it was fun to watch.
Sorry, a couple of strikeouts on, actually 3 strikeouts on Espinosa tonight in the game. Just your thought about how you were able to effectively get him out with runners on.
Yeah, I mean, there were big outs, I think every time. So it was, you know, I threw 2 of my better curveballs to him of the night, I think, and you know, really, there was just I had to get an out, so I was thankful to get him.
Is a night like tonight as rewarding for you, getting through it as it is when it's not so tough?
I mean, it feels good to win, and it feels good to win in this situation. You know, I think, you know, if I had pitched 7 shutout innings and we lost, you know, it's a different feeling. So, you know, at this time of year, you kind of just throw the stats out the window and you just win the game, and that's what's so fun about the postseason is, you know, I didn't pitch great tonight, but you know, our team won, and that's awesome.
You had a lot. It seems like Yasmani went out to the mound more than usual. Was there something going on there?
Just I wanted to be sure on the signs. We were trying to change them up pretty often, so it was mainly that. And then, you know, I had so many guys on second base tonight that, you know, really wanted to make sure that we were changing it up often. So that was pretty much it.
Is that hard for you when you have so much of that interruptions or not?
Well, I mean, you always want to be in a rhythm, but you know, making sure you're on the same page is more important, and then knowing the signs is even more important. So yeah, I mean, I think yeah, I mean, if you could just be in a rhythm the whole game, out of the windup the whole time, that would be awesome. But you know, it doesn't work like that.
You struck out the side in the first inning, and then ran into trouble in the next 4 innings. Was there a difference in the way you felt, how you pitched, and the way you went after it? No?
There's so much talk about, you know, your performance in October, and you've had good starts where you haven't won, and then you have a start like tonight where you do. What does that mean for you, and does this help at all to kind of push that to the side?
Does it help? I mean, I don't care. So I mean, it doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. You know, I think you know, winning in the postseason, just like I told him, is that, you know, that you can't throw the stats out the window. So yeah, like, I mean, if I pitch better tonight and we lost, it doesn't feel good at all. But right now, I can smile and kind of, you know, exhale a little bit and come back tomorrow and try to go 2-0, go back to LA.
Clayton, you get past 100 pitches for the first time since you've been back.
Yeah.
Physically, how is everything? Does that part building back up?
Physically good. You know, obviously, you don't want to throw 100 pitches in 5 innings ever, you know, regardless if you're healthy or you're not. But, you know, I came out of it fine. I'm feeling fine right now. Don't expect any different tomorrow for sure.
Sandy,
Clayton,
did
you
just now?
Yes.
What did you say?
Don't worry about it.
Did any of Dusty Baker's comments before the game, trying to work the umps to call a balk on you, reach you before the game? Did you hear about any of that?
No. No. What do you say? You wanted to call balks on me?
Yeah.
Great. I mean, it's fine.
Clayton, with Corey 22, does he surprise you in any way?
It doesn't surprise me anymore. You know, it's him. You know, it doesn't matter the situation. He's kind of shown that he's maturity doesn't really have an age, and he handles it all pretty easily.
So the 5th inning, I think, as your pitch count was going up, you're kind of grinding through that inning. How much leeway did you kind of recognize or realize you had in kind of finishing that inning or get some help with what you
I don't know if I really understand, but I mean, I knew that, you know, I knew I'd thrown a ton of pitches. I didn't know exactly how many at the time, but I mean, once I got Espinosa out, you know, I think I was coming up to bat. I don't know if I was or not, but I knew it was going to be tough to fight my way in for sure.
Do you think 3 or 4 years ago this team wins a playoff game like this today?
3 or 4 years ago.
You know what I mean? Back just the previous clubhouse, previous everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's so tough to say. I don't know, but I mean, this was a complete team win, you know, tonight. I mean, we needed everybody. I mean, Kenley was amazing. You know, Joe getting, I mean, everybody. You know, you can just go down the list, and so that's pretty special when you can say that on a night like tonight.
And you mentioned Kenley, and he's one of the only closers you've ever known. But the fact that he comes in for a 5-out save and is able to be successful, do you know many guys around the league that would be able to do that or want to or be willing to?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but just knowing Kenley and you know, he's so excited to get to the postseason, and he takes losing, you know, as hard as anybody. So he really wanted it tonight, and it's not easy, you know, having that much time in between innings and then having that bat on top of all that. That's not an easy situation for him, and handled it really, really well, obviously, and you know, thankfully he's on our team.
Thank you, Clayton.
Yep.